Ti'n recordio?
We.
We.
That is a difficulty because I grew up in Wales, but I've got a GCSE in Welsh.
Tygau is the GCSE in Welsh.
I can't speak Welsh. I can't speak it at all. I can sort of understand little bits.
I did it up to level A, which I love that. Level A.
I basically was awful because I've got a degree in French, so I'm not bad at languages, but I can't speak Welsh, even though I grew up in Wales, and I can't speak Punjabi, even though my father is fluent in Punjabi. I can speak French fluently, though.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I thought I was fluent because obviously I did my cyfweliad llafar, which is my, sort of viva voce, if you like, in Welsh for A-level, with the then Chief Examiner Clive Rowlands. And he would say things like, "Well, te Ben, beth ydi bwynt o siarad Cymraeg?" Which is, well, Ben, what's the point of speaking Welsh?
I actually understood that when you said that. I did understand that.
I couldn't immediately think of an answer. No, I do understand it. It's very important for the culture and all the rest of it of Wales, but which is exactly what I said in the answer.
That's a good answer.
But having thought I was fluent, I then applied to do some drama courses, but also some music and a music and Welsh course at Bangor University. I realised I wasn't fluent when they conducted the interview in Welsh.
That is problematic. And then, I claim to be fluent in French, and I have got a degree in French, so you'd imagine I would be. And I lived in Paris for 3 years. It's where I met my wife. And both of my children speak French because we've sort of...
Yeah, I find this really funny. I don't know why.
Well, I think what you may find funny is it's not funny that my children are bilingual. That wouldn't be funny.
No, that's not funny. That's quite in and of itself.
So my oldest daughter is bilingual, has been bilingual her whole, since she started speaking. She's spoken both languages. But you're right. My youngest daughter, for a long time, could only speak French and has never been to France. So the English is coming along since she started nursery, but would refuse to just acknowledge that English was a language. For some time.
What would you get as you got in through the door? Mon père, mon père.
Never really.
Please, I want to imagine I'm there. I'm a creative. I want to imagine that I'm there. So the door creaks open.
I mean, she calls me Papa, not Mon Père, for starters.
Right, so Papa.
Well, not like that, but,
it's like one of the Renault adverts, is it?
It's not Papa Nicole, but yes, that's... whereas so that's it, because my youngest daughter, who speaks predominantly French, but is learning English now, she can understand, she's always been able to understand English, but she's just always communicating
I bet selectively.
Well, yes, selectively.
Yeah, if she's...
But then she understands French selectively as well. She understands instructions selectively.
Yeah.
And she is a little bit, I don't want to use the word naughty or méchante. She is, however, what my wife calls a coquine, and she is a little bit cheeky and will get away with quite a lot.
A coquine.
Coquine. Whereas my eldest daughter is completely bilingual, which is quite impressive. Never been to France either. But she refuses to accept that I can speak French. So my youngest daughter...
I refuse to accept that you can speak French.
I think everyone does. My youngest daughter will speak to me in French and will accept my French as an adequate form of communication. But my eldest child, and for her entire life this has been true, has never believed that I am capable of communicating in French. So... will only speak to me in English, still will only speak to me in English, but will speak to my wife in French and speak to...
She believes your wife is competent and capable.
No, my wife is better at French than I am.
Yes.
That is undeniably true. I got the 2-2 degree. She got a first-class degree. She's done a master's in French studies. She's doing a PhD in French, studying French literature.
Yeah, so she knows a thing or two.
So she does know a thing or two, whereas I stopped. I maxed out at the undergrad degree and I've avoided French. Even though I was briefly a French teacher, but since I pivoted over to maths and then SEND, I haven't bothered with French at all. In fact, having two daughters who speak French is the only reason I've sort of reacquired the language a little bit through having to communicate with a 4-year-old who refuses to speak English. But that's the only reason I've got any competence at all, I think. But I mean, I'm not bad at it. But yes, I think fluency may not be. I'm possibly overstating my skills at this point to say I'm fluent in French.
Oh, should we get on the show?
Yeah, let's do that. And it's nice that you said it this week rather than me.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I think that's quite good. We should try that again.
Yes.
In the future.
Well, let's not make such a big thing of it. We'll just carry on.
I will then.
Thank you.
Welcome to Ben and James Could Do Better.
And I think that has just proved that we still very much could do better.
We could. But anyway, this is a podcast, which hopefully is clear to listeners. And it's a podcast that, were it to be judged under the old Ofsted criteria, would be requires improvement.
Absolutely.
And under the new category would be attention needed, I think.
Yes.
Is the fairest.
Definitely so. Working towards expected.
You'll be pleased to know I've got a list, as always, Ben.
Oh, goody, goody.
I think you'll find this one pretty useful. Before we get on to that, we need to do the statutory attendance register. So I'm James, and I imagine I am here because I think I am. I think, therefore I am. Therefore I am here. But I'm not sure if Ben's here, so I'm going to check. Ben!
Wagwan. I don't know what it means, but I've had students say it.
I think it means what's going on, but
I suppose that makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense.
Before we move on, obviously, it's important to me that I reference a postcard. And this week, I bought that job lot from Amazon. I've randomly selected a postcard with a picture of 2 tumblers of whiskey that says Ultimate Happy Hour, Friday, April the 8th, 6 to 9 p.m. And what's encouraging to me, as someone who doesn't get out very much, what with having the 2 kids, is it says childcare's available, but I must make reservations to reserve the child spot. So there you go. It doesn't say what year, and April's already passed. So probably no use whatsoever. I'm going to stick a picture of that on the blog, and people can make their own minds up. Right. So what have you been up to this week, Ben?
I did do a toilet roll audit as part of my extended midlife crisis. More importantly, how was your week?
Well, it's been quite a stressful week this week, actually, for work-related reasons, which isn't the most exciting thing. But
well, it's getting exams ready for me, and for you, it's...
Well, it was the JCQ inspection, of course.
Gosh.
Because as Senko, one part of my role is to make sure all of the access arrangements, that's the extra time, reading support, anything you might have in an exam. It's my role to make sure all of that's processed legally and above board, and there's quite a lot of paperwork involved.
Yeah, I bet there is.
And JCQ decided to change. JCQ being the sort of regulating body, decided to change all of the rules this year. Not the rules. The rules didn't change, but the way they would inspect the rules, so the evidence required, changed, which meant a lot of work. I had to produce a lot more work to meet their requirements, and so they came into inspect. And obviously, there's a little bit of it's changed. I was a little bit concerned about how that process might go. And so there was a little bit of pressure going into this inspection. But JCQ inspections, although we often make a big fuss when they go well, they're not like Ofsted inspections. They're not really anything you should... So what happened is, having prepared all of these different files ready for the inspection, she came in and she just looked at 2 and said, that's fine. And it took about 10 minutes. So months of pressure resulted in a fairly... In fact, I wanted her at that point. So I wanted to say, no, that's not good enough.
Let me show you all of them.
Look at all the files. I've spent hours on these files.
So then, James, we're up to speed. I think it's time we dug out a list, isn't it?
Well, yes. I've been back on the internet looking at lists. We obviously missed that out last week.
Well, I'm not sure if some of the viewers will have noticed, but I noticed.
Yeah, well, I noticed because we were talking really about sort of the experiences we've had of making the podcast.
And the rich vein of feedback.
Actually, I would like to take a moment, because we've had some more feedback.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm always up for feedback.
We've had our first fan mail. There's actually a fan mail feature on the podcast website. There's a specific website dedicated to the podcast on Buzzsprout, and there's a fan mail feature, and you can't switch that off. It's just there. Somebody's actually written to us, and so I thought it'd be nice to read that.
Yeah, well,
fan mail
fire
out.
away.
So it opens with "Love the podcast," which is lovely, isn't it?
That's lovely. Yeah.
Love the podcast. Never thought I'd see the day where I'd laugh at James Burke. And it finishes with, I suppose he's funny outside of his Sen role.
I think that's brilliant.
Well, it is, and it's a compliment. So it's hard for me to get offended in the sense that's clearly saying they found me funny on this.
They clearly find you anything but funny.
In real life.
Yeah.
I don't mind people not finding me. I mean, you are... Some might call you a bit of a show-off, to be honest with you.
Don't be silly.
A larger-than-life character. You're the head of performing
I don't mind
arts.
that. I don't mind the last 2, but the first one I don't like.
What's that?
It's the sort of thing my mum would say.
Yeah, fine.
She thought I was showing off when I was in the theatre because my face was on the wall.
I mean, fair enough, but you do seem to be making something that's about me, about you. Even now you're doing that. So
maybe it's
maybe
a deep character flaw.
It seems to be, because this is clearly about me, not you. Now, it could be implicit that they love the podcast and they love you on it as well.
They don't say that.
They haven't said that.
No.
They've said they never.
I think
thought,
it's implied though.
It's implied. I'm prepared to accept that they find you funny.
Thank you.
I'm prepared to accept that they find. Well, it says they find me funny on this, but definitely
on this and only this.
On this and only this. Now,
every other interaction this person has had with you has been deeply, deeply serious,
deeply unfunny. Now, the fact that I can accept they don't find me funny, but what I can't accept is that they've given it so much thought. They never thought they'd find me funny, but so they've thought about it. And
it sounds like they've agonised over it.
They've agonised over this. They thought, that's a deeply unfunny man. Every encounter I've ever had with him is... not just that I don't really like him. Fine, that's fine. Not everyone likes me. But I never thought I'd find him funny.
No, and they have thought about this for a long time before. I mean, it's obviously completely thrown them.
Yeah, I suppose he's funny outside of his Sen role. Now, again, I'm not like you. I'm generally a little more understated in the workplace than you are. You're quite, but then again, your nature of the role, you're head of performing arts. One would expect you to be quite.
Yeah, but I don't go around with jazz hands. I don't want people thinking it's that kind of stuff.
You are quite a loud personality. As I say, I'm happy to accept as part of the role, and part of my role is a different role. But I have led whole school training events.
You have,
and people have generally laughed in those.
This person obviously didn't.
No, they never thought they. But because I don't. Obviously, I do the training events to train people. I mean, there is content. But I generally...
Well, they found that probably very serious.
Yeah, but I generally throw
deeply unfunny.
I generally throw in a few jokes to make it... And people...
Well, that's the bit they've not
They've not found it funny, but I've had laughter. People have laughed in those.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, I'd like to make it clear that I'm available should anyone want to put me for sort of CPD sessions. I'd do them with Ben or without, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it sounds like you'd rather do them without.
Well, I think at this point, because you interrupt everything.
So if people want a deeply unfunny bit of insert, you're the man to come to. You come to life and you put these sort of headphones on and lean into the microphone, don't you?
I mean, apparently so. Apparently this is hilarious. But
so have we got any more feedback?
What about you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any about you, to be fair.
Oh, well, we'll cover that next time. Anyway, we must push on.
What have you seen about you?
We must push on.
I haven't seen it. It doesn't exist. We've had one piece of fan mail.
Push on with the list.
Yeah, we must. But I have read out all the fan mail, and that was it.
Thank you.
There's only one piece.
Yeah, moving forward.
Which is about me, not you.
Saying you were usually deeply unfunny.
But on this, funny.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I think what you'll find was implied.
Yeah.
They were automatically assuming that I would be amusing.
They didn't mention
I don't like listening to feedback. I don't like this feedback any longer. Can we...
if it makes you feel better, and it probably will, we put a few videos out on the Instagram this week. Some of them featuring both of us, some of them featuring just you, some of them featuring just me. They've all got quite a lot of likes on the Instagram. I don't know.
But statistically,
yours have been more liked than mine, if that helps you.
Thank you.
Obviously, this is meant to be a podcast about being teachers. We sometimes forget that. And we've given a lot of, I think, really useful advice to teachers over the last few weeks, though, having said that.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And some really valuable about well-being, essential supplies, how to get into teaching.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, people would have gone away from that blown away, I think.
Why you should be a teacher, obviously. We covered that.
Yeah.
And the differences
between... Don't forget to start your teaching career.
Exactly. Don't forget to turn up.
That still makes me laugh now. That is very good.
And if you can order a class set of well-behaved children, excellent.
Yeah. That stationery list is still in my bag.
Yes, it's some useful things there.
Yeah. So today is...
Well, let's assume people they've gone through all of those. They've taken our advice. They've decided whether they're primary or secondary. They've decided they do want to be a teacher.
They've commenced their teaching career.
They've gone through the training and they've got all the equipment they need and they've taken care of their well-being. Yeah. They've got to teach now.
Yeah.
They've got to fulfil all the requirements of the job.
But they've got their stationery, obviously, sorted,
all
haven't
of that.
they?
Well,
following on from...
I'd imagine
the rip-roaring success.
Yeah, they've got. They're going to need it. They're going to need it for this list. So I was looking for some top tips to help teachers better manage their workload and the job, and just to understand how to do the job. And I couldn't find any top tips, but what I did find was 12 back-to-school teacher hacks.
I hate the word, probably because I didn't really understand what the hell it meant.
I've struggled, because you see hack all the time now, don't you? But you don't really see top tips anymore.
It makes me want to hack up when I see it. What does it mean? It is a tip, is it?
I think it is just
or is it cheats? What does it?
Cheats. I think it's both, isn't it? It's both. I think it's used for both, and it's an awful word, and it doesn't. There's no need for it. I mean,
teacher cheats doesn't really sound great. Does
I suppose that's. But then I don't think you should be hacking. Shortcuts.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Top tips.
I hate the word. Let's just go with it. That's what the youth of today say. So.
It's not the most up-to-date list. I need to apologise in advance for that. This is 12 back-to-school teacher hacks for 2023.
They've obviously chosen not to update it for the last 3 years.
Anyway. Well, it says, discover the latest back-to-school hacks to save you time, for time saving, which I think is really important.
Yeah, it is. It is, because, we're short of it, aren't we?
And it says updated for 2023. It was actually updated in January 2023. It says going back to school isn't always easy. That's fair. It can feel overwhelming as the term stretches out before you. But after the festive break or a lazy summer holiday... We've all got to face up to the reality that school is back. However, there is no need to worry. To save you some time and to ease the transition from presumably from holiday to back in work, they've rounded up. Is that
a sheepdog trial?
The most life-changing back-to-school hacks for teachers to try in 2023.
Life-changing?
Life-changing.
I mean, this is quite...
Cautionary note, these were to try in 2023. It's 2026. These may not be up to date, but they've not updated the list. So
I think we've got to assume from that they are up to date.
Now, it doesn't say these are specifically for secondary teachers. So if we've got any primary colleagues listening, feel free to use these as well. This is for everyone. All teachers will benefit.
This is like the now 65 or whatever it is of...
Yeah, it's classic.
Teacher, yeah.
And it's for everyone. So, if you're primary, secondary, tertiary, probably even early years, we'll probably find something here. So, number one on the list of 12... marked/unmarked folders.
Marked/unmarked teacher folders. How the hell does that come in as the first item on a teacher list? Is that literally what it says?
Well, there is an explanation underneath, but
please.
So the title is marked/unmarked folders. Right. So the first of our teacher hacks for 2023.
Can we forget the 2023? That's doing my head in. We've already established this is still relevant today. So forget the 2023 and kick it into touch. Right. Come on.
Okay, so...
I didn't expect that to like. You said this was boring. Oh dear, that is good.
It's often when I read these things
light of day
in advance, they're not that. Anyway, but that has tickled us, right? Okay, so and I think the explanation
it's going to ruin it, isn't it?
No, it's not. I think it's going to send you over the edge. Right, okay, because
the idea this is a hack is just for me.
Keep track of which worksheets you've marked.
Tell me, and which ones you haven't. Oh dear. Well, I tell you what, it's a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver, that. For me, there'd just be a stack of the ones that I hadn't marked, because there wouldn't be any that I had. Oh dear. Anyway, I don't want to get called in the office.
Right.
Oh dear.
This will save confusion if you have to stop suddenly.
Stop suddenly?
Right.
Why would you have to stop suddenly?
It's okay, because it's not a problem, because you've got your
I've had one too many slices of Battenberg. I need to stop suddenly. And then it's okay when I come back to it, because they'll be in too easily definable stacks Oh dear, I'm crying. I'm crying. But that is absolutely ludicrous. Right.
So number 2, use craft sticks to call on students.
Craft sticks.
What they mean is lolly sticks, don't they?
I don't understand. Well, I do understand it, but I don't understand how this improves or is a cheat.
Well, let me read it to you.
Okay, please.
So this is possibly one of the most useful.
I don't know. It's difficult to beat. It's difficult to beat 2 stacks of folders, isn't it?
Put the names of your students on a craft stick and then put them in a pot. When you want to ask a student a question or help with a task, pull out a stick at random. Revolutionary ideas there.
Absolutely. And the idea that you'd have to do that. I mean, I teach everybody in the school, Key Stage 3. I'd have to have about 25 pots of lollipop sticks. It's ridiculous.
Right, now, I need to remind you now that the title, we're getting on to number 3. We'll move on to number 3. I just want to remind you, this is 12 back-to-school teacher hacks.
Right, yeah.
And we'll leave out the year.
Please, we've kicked that into touch.
These are pitched at teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So number 3, use a visual timetable.
Now, that wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be.
Now, I suppose...
It's useless.
I think this is
visual timetable.
I can sort of see this might actually be something a teacher might... I mean, I don't know why you'd need to, but you might in primary school possibly, because the bit that it says next is, why not use a visual timetable to show what subjects you'll be doing next? But of course, if you're in primary, you do a variety of subjects.
It might say drama, followed by drama, followed by drama, followed by... It's not going to be particularly visual, I shouldn't have thought.
All
in the same colour.
It would be... I'm teaching the subject that I specialise in secondary, largely. I mean, there's some...
Imagine there's the music lessons, so it could be in a different colour.
And some teachers do teach multiple subjects, but never really more than 2, I would say, subject specialisms really on any given timetable. So it's going to be 2 colours. Anyway, I don't think that's useful. I would say that's more for students. It shouldn't be on this list.
No, I'm bemused by that a bit. Right.
Now, number 4,
yeah.
Number 2 and number 3 would use something. Yeah. I suppose number 1 didn't say use marked or unmarked folders, but it's implicit that you'd use them. Yeah. So use these things. Number 4, they haven't sort of said use these things. They've said interactive PowerPoints are a lifesaver.
Just say that again.
Interactive PowerPoints are a lifesaver.
They're not.
It says this may be one of the...
Tell that to the RNLI. What are they going to do when they're out trying to rescue somebody off some dinghy somewhere, and they're going to throw them an interactive PowerPoint?
Or just...
Grab hold of this, guys.
Perhaps they're just going to get the boat near.
Yeah, and show it to them.
PowerPoint.
Oh, dear.
So they can enable the drowning person to save themselves.
Lifesaver.
But it says, this may be one of the best teacher hacks. I didn't tell you...
How is it a hack? You've got to take ages putting an interactive PowerPoint together.
Well,
what's the hack?
You can download them from this website of this people.
You failed to tell me about that.
Well, you can't buy marked or unmarked folders from them, and you can't get craft sticks. Number 4 on the list is something you can get from the website. So that's what they've done. I don't know why they put that as number 4 if they think so. Yeah. Right. Anyway, we're trying to save time.
Yeah.
We're trying to save time. Yeah. That's what these are for. They're time saving.
Yeah.
Right. So number 5. Let's get on to number 5. Decorate your classroom with banners and decorations.
A teacher hack. Another one that takes a load of time.
Right, no, that's fine. Number 6 will save us time.
Yeah, great.
Number 6,
great.
Okay.
Let's get back on it. Every list, if there's 12 things,
it's going to be
there's going to be a dip, isn't there, somewhere?
It's fine. We can't judge them too harshly.
No. But this is going to be, it's just back onto it, is it?
Time saving, remember, time saving. Things that will help you save time.
Yep. Write
down your positive feedback.
What about just give it?
Sometimes children might forget it. So you can save time by not just telling the children they've done well,
but telling them and then writing it down.
Yeah, that'll save a bit of time, won't it?
Oh, goodness me!
Right,
goodness,
and they can reread it. Then you see.
Well, I don't mind them rereading positive feedback. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's the idea that it's saving time.
Yeah. Well, let's just
tell them all and then write it all down.
Have I misjudged the list? I'm just going to go back to the top. It says discover the latest back to school hacks to save you time.
Yeah. Well, there's none saved there.
Number 7. Number 7. Create important folders. These are different, presumably, to the marked /unmarked folders.
The marked and unmarked folders.
These are different folders to that.
So, which are what? Create what? Create what?
Important folders.
Important folders.
They're
all marked important.
Well, let's read it.
We've got the unmarked and the marked, and then the important.
This teacher hack is incredibly simple, but very effective.
Right, yeah.
For each child. Create a folder that holds all of their key information.
That's breach of data protection, surely.
It does sound like a GDPR
You
nightmare.
can't, what? You're going to create a folder, all the important information for that child. Home telephone numbers, let's put it all in a folder, marked important, and scatter it around the classroom.
It could be IEPs, allergy information.
In a folder in the classroom?
Well, yeah, look, I haven't got to the end of it. Maybe it says IEPs, allergy information, ways they learn, because of course there's different learning styles. We'll do that another episode.
Oh, this sounds time-saving, doesn't it?
Keeping all this information in one place can really help you in the future, as well as helping any substitute teachers.
Number one, there are systems for recording all of this information which are secure. A folder in a classroom is definitely not secure. It's diabolical advice, isn't it?
Yes.
If teachers taking this advice, they'll end up on a disciplinary. He doesn't save any time.
8.
Yeah.
Random acts of kindness. Teaching can be challenging at times.
Yeah.
And so a random act of kindness can really make someone's day.
How has this got onto the list? It doesn't fit with anything else at all.
And it doesn't save time.
I think this is much funnier than it sounded. This list.
It's not.
It's absolutely awful as well.
It doesn't save time.
No wonder they haven't updated it since.
I'm not against a random act of kindness.
No, nor am I. We're not laughing at random acts of kindness.
Quite a nice thing to do.
The idea that it's on a time-saving list.
It doesn't save you time. It doesn't. I mean,
Ridiculous.
I think the nicest thing you could say about that as a piece of advice is that it
doesn't belong on a list.
And it might not cost you time because you might be able to be randomly kind while you're doing something else. But it's not a time-saving strategy. So it's again, be kind.
Yeah,
that's fine.
By all means.
I want all of our listeners to be kind. Right, number nine, save time. Right. So I'm going to read this exactly as it's written. It's got an exclamation mark at the end of this. I don't know if I'll be able to convey that because I'll probably start laughing, but I'm going to try and say it.
Yeah.
Prepare for fidgets.
I mean, it's not bad advice, but...
Oh, it's great advice. If you're going to be a teacher of children...
That's probably one of the more sensible ones on the list, but the title...
As a sort of thing for you to be, as a teacher...
But it's not a time-saving thing,
children will fidget, and you need to be able to. Yeah, they need strategies.
So yes, but extra strategies. When we don't say that they aren't required, take extra time to think about.
Right. So let's.
They don't save you time, do they?
No, it's extra time again. So let's read. Perhaps there's some. Let's go for a deep dive. So it says fidgeting is normal for children. I agree with that, especially if they're neurodivergent. I mean, again, obviously that's fine. Rather than telling them off or making them feel like they're in trouble for acting on their natural instincts. Prepare for the fidgets. Again, an exclamation mark. Prepare for the fidgets.
Yeah.
You could let them use fidget toys.
Yeah.
Or give them specific times to get their wiggles out.
I'm not sure we want any of that, thank you very much.
It doesn't require much preparation, just patience and understanding. But it doesn't save you any time either.
It doesn't save you any time, no. It's another one of those fairly sound advice, but which doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the list, I must tell you. It's a bit of sound advice popping through there amidst the darkness, frankly, of the rest of it.
If this was a list about Sen, that'd be...
Right. But it does not save time.
It doesn't save time, and it's...
Along with almost everything else on the list.
It's not saved you any time, no. Right, okay, number 10. We're nearing the end of the list. We've sort of powered through this, really.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Got a great time saver here.
Yeah.
Start a subject question box.
No, thank you.
I don't... Put a little box on each table with some bits of paper. Kids can then write the question.
Yeah, I know what a question box is. We don't need it.
Why doesn't you've got to make that?
You've got to make that. You've got to spend time making the slips up, and then you've got to give the students time to write them and put them in the box. It doesn't save any time.
And then you've
12?
got to read the questions. Right, no, we're on 11.
Oh,
we're on 12. We're on 12. Number 11. Come up with class rules with your class.
Again, that's okay.
It's not okay, is it? It's not okay. That's not okay.
Right.
That's terrible advice. Come up with class rules with your class. Right? When are you doing that? When are you doing that? That's that classic. And you're a former school leader.
Yes.
And you walk around on the first day of term.
Yeah.
And every lesson you go into, there's a teacher making up rules with their class.
Yes.
Are you going to be happy?
I'm not happy.
No one's happy with that, are they?
No.
We know it. We've done it. It's when you come back from the first day back after the holidays and you can't be asked to prepare a lesson.
Yes, that's right.
That's what that is.
That's what that is.
It's not
It's almost as bad as the video at the end of term, isn't it?
It hasn't saved you time. It saved you time because you haven't done any work.
Yes.
So the time.
So you've already saved yourself the time by not doing any work.
Yes.
And then you're taking more of the students' time.
Just wasting time.
Because you haven't.
Because there's presumably, I mean, certainly in all schools I've ever worked in.
Yeah.
It's a fairly clear set of rules.
Yeah, I would say so.
You don't need to make up new rules. There's already rules. You don't need any. So but let's read. It says, back to school hacks often make you feel as though you needed everything to be prepared before going back to school. With this hack, you just need to wait until you meet your new class. Yeah. It's great. So the advice there is...
Beggars belief. But surely there's a belter for 12.
It's a good one. It's a good one, yeah. Number 12. Yeah, it will save you a lot of time.
I hope so. Because we've got to draw this to a close with some
proper hack, this one. This is actually, I don't know why they left it's number 12, really. Number 12, look after yourself.
I'm amazed it didn't come higher up the list, that one. But
returning to teaching can be stressful, even with our back to school hacks, of which there are 11.
Well, I tell you what, if you'd done those 11 hacks, you probably need intensive care, wouldn't you? The amount of the extra work going on there.
You needed number 11 just to make up for all the extra work you've given yourself with the first 10. But look after yourself. Make sure to take some time for yourself, which we've already taken off you with the first 10.
It's just shockingly awful. Again, a group of people sitting around come up with that.
There's a picture here as well of someone relaxing on a sofa. There you go.
Gosh, that sums up teaching for me.
I'm often...
yeah. And do you know why they're able to do that? Because of this list of...
because of all the hacks they've...
and they know where their marked folders are and where they're unmarked. So after all that excitement, James, I'm going to take the very unusual step of wishing our listeners a wonderful week in school, work and life. And we'll see them next week.
As is often your way, I'd like to do what you've done, what I always do, and I'd like to do what you always do before we go. And that's the call to action.
Oh, yes.
Because we would like some contributions from you.
Subscribe, share, download, tell your friends. Even if you can't stand it, tell them and
tell them it's good.
Let them come to their own conclusions.
Or if you really hate it, tell people that you don't like that it's good and make them suffer through it.
And if all else fails, give it to your sons and daughters.
Yeah, the kids love it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.